He had to have just hit it right off the toe of the club.
Because it was a lucky shot. You know, I mean,
he was just supposed to be a nice soft chip up to the green, and he hit it off the toe of the club and 90 degrees right into the back.
Right in the back of your head. Yeah,
I had the dimple marks in my head.
I mean,
how do you do that?
It's almost physically impossible. Because how do you? I mean, I'm a terrible golfer. I like to golf, but I'm terrible at it. But it's like you have to hit that ball at such an angle, to be able to pop it directly.
Well, he did it.
He basically missed the ball by probably 3 inches and somehow hit it right off the end of the club. And he was swinging hard enough that it just had enough on it just to go straight at.
Did he hit? I mean, did he have a pretty good divot?
No, not at all.
So he didn't even hit the ground.
I wasn't focused on the divot, but he couldn't have got much of the ground. He had to have gotten all ball, edge of the ball, edge of the glove.
That's incredible.
Yeah. He learned how to play with gravity, though. See, that's the way it works. So, man of the match for one game was Ramirez,
and I would say Quintero was
the next one.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think he's going to be in the discussion for man of the match pretty much every game.
Pretty much every game. Yeah.
Because, like I said, even San Jose, you could argue he was man of the match for that game.
Yeah, you could. Yeah.
And eventually, they have got to figure out how to play with him.
Mm-hmm.
Because every single game he's been in, it doesn't matter. Even if he's just having a very average game. None of the defenses have been able to figure him out.
Not yet, no.
And if we can just focus on how to harness that by the rest of the team,
that's gonna take some time, though.
Yeah, I mean,
a piece like that, you can't put somebody in there like that and expect that the team is gonna grow up around them right away.
Right.
And we talked about this before. I look at it as the Michael Jordan comparison. Jordan comes in as a rookie. First couple years, I mean, the Bulls had to kind of get up to a little bit below his level to make it work for the whole team. He could score 40 points a game, but that wasn't helping him win. And Quintero can do the same thing. Quintero can score a goal a game, but we're not going to win those games.
Right.
I mean, that's just the way it is, because nobody else is playing up to his standards.
Yeah.
Man of the match, Ramirez. Man of the match, Quintero. So, let's see. What do we got next? Who we got? Well, we are doing this podcast today on Saturday because we have a game tomorrow.
Every time we try to fix the schedule, the MLS
schedule. We can't really fix it. This is the problem. We can't really fix the schedule because the MLS scheduling is so screwed up. Yeah. It's Saturday here, Sunday here. We'll do a Wednesday over here. I don't know. Just make it one day.
Yeah, so, I mean, I guess we could look at tomorrow's game, right?
Yeah. Who do you got tomorrow?
So it's Kansas City.
KC. That's right, KC.
And they're at the top of the West, debatably the top of the league. I think they are the Supporters' Shield right now, right?
Atlanta has them by 2 points.
Atlanta, which we've talked about on this podcast before numerous times, who went out, and this is their second year in the league, and guess what they're doing again with those 3 guys they paid money for.
Yeah. But, look at KC. I mean, they're 2 points behind Atlanta, apparently. Mm-hmm. But they pretty handily beat Atlanta.
Yeah.
What was that, 2 weeks ago?
Mm-hmm.
And KC hasn't spent a lot of money.
No, and they've KC went through they were good for a while.
Yep.
And they kind of went through a dry spell for a little bit.
And they've been riding their defense.
Yeah, and they've reloaded.
Yeah. Now they're just a really strong team.
Mm-hmm.
And so I can't say I have a hell of a lot of faith in this game tomorrow. It's at home, though.
Yeah.
And I'm hoping they're pissed off about their performance last week.
And they all want to hear Oasis at the end of the game.
Exactly.
Because we all do.
I mean, it's my favorite Oasis song.
Yeah.
I kind of like to sing. And I don't know if anyone around me likes to hear me sing it, but...
Well, you're not in the sports section, though. You're over kind of the other side, where the people kind of are, not real fans.
Yeah, no, that's not necessarily true.
Well...
Maybe true. Maybe.
Well, a lot of the people around your section, though, are kind of, just there.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not really, into the game.
They're not supporters.
They're not supporters.
Yeah.
They're just there to watch a game and have a couple beers and eat a hot dog and maybe, cheer a little bit, but they're not in there to kind of get going.
Yeah, exactly.
I've noticed that throughout. I sat with you. I sat near the supporter section one game last year with Nelsey, and that section was actually kind of into it. And I sat in a game with Dave Stevens with you, kind of near the other side of the supporter section too, and those section was into it. But once you get down to your side, over on the other, kind of the other end, it kind of gets a little bit. I don't know. What would you call it?
It's I think it's pretty typical sports fan.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're right. I think there are a handful of people in my section who are like me, who are just too lazy to be in the sports section.
Yeah.
So we'll get into the game.
Sure.
And I, without a doubt, will try my hardest to get people to change the Minnesota Black and Blue chant.
Okay.
But
nobody does.
They look at me and say, and basically have the look of, shut up, please.
I think I was actually at a game with you last year, and a lady 2 rows behind it, when there was a foul, she said, throw the flag. I was like, there's no flags here. There's a card. Yeah. There's no flags. It's not that kind of football.
Yeah, I think the 2 guys that are behind me, or maybe it's 3 guys, they seem to be, they're not like, they don't get into it per se.
Yeah.
But they're very clearly soccer fans.
Okay.
They understand the game. I think they might even play it to some level. But yeah, the people that are down my row, they don't seem to be. They seem to be that casual sports.
They're just there.
Yeah. It's something to do. Get outside, watch a game.
Well, and my hope is that when they open the new stadium next year, that most of the stadium will be actual fans.
Yeah, I think based on the prices.
Yes.
I think it's going to price a few people out. It's going to start. Well, the people that are going to pay the money are going to be the ones that really want to be there.
I know you're going to be. Well, you'll be at the opening game.
Okay.
Because you have season tickets. Yeah. I don't have season tickets. A lot of us don't. I think there's at least a couple of us who will be at that game, regardless of how much it costs.
Right.
I mean, it's probably going to. Dave, you and I probably go, but it's probably going to cost us at least $100, $150, and I'm still going to pay it because I'm going to go to that damn game.
Well, if it's an evening game, I might have to have a lottery for my other 2 tickets.
Oh, so you got 2 tickets? That's right. Well, I give one to Johnny because Johnny always wants to go.
I mean,
he deserves it.
Yeah, I think there are people who missed the boat. I've seen that a lot, where in the last few weeks it's been like, man, I wish I would have gotten season tickets.
Yep.
Or, man, now I'm going to have to pay a lot of money to go see games.
You will.
And it, and those people are the ones that, need to be at the games because they're willing to spend the money to be at the games.
Well, I'm willing to spend, like I said, that opening game, I'm willing to spend money to go to that game, to be there when they open up that stadium.
Yeah, I'm excited. I've already said that I will probably be a grown man crying.
Yeah.
Because it'll just be kind of an emotional experience to be able to see it.
I won't go that far. Speaking of the stadium, let's talk about what the mayor of Minneapolis said after the Gold Cup announcement came out. So if anybody doesn't know, we're going to be doing the 2019 Gold Cup.
Yep.
We will have the opening game here, and that will include the United States soccer team.
Correct.
And then there will be another game after that, which will not include the United States, but will be another 2 teams. So we're getting the opening games here at the new Allianz Field.
Exactly.
And if anybody doesn't know, the stadium is in St. Paul, Midway. And Minneapolis wanted the stadium, but because of tax things and there was a lot of different things, they're going to put it at the farmers market. Couldn't do it. St. Paul jumped in and said, hey, we'll give you everything you want. They did it at St. Paul. And now the new mayor of Minneapolis is Fry, right?
Right. Yep.
He made a statement online saying, some tears in my beer, saying that they're going to have the Gold Cup and all this other stuff going on, and it would have been great here, and we're kind of sad about it. And I'm going, exactly. Minneapolis is stupid for giving that thing up.
Yeah, they were, and and he was fully in support of it on the city council.
On the city council, yes.
So he's one of those people who can really sit down and say, damn it, I did whatever I could. And the rest of the city council screwed it.
Well, and their biggest concern was infrastructure and taxes. Okay,
right.
And my big argument to that was, they wanted it to be tax exempt, which I work in construction. I know what tax exempt means. It means you're not paying for taxes on materials you use to build a stadium, right?
Right.
But if you don't build the stadium, there's no taxes anyways.
Right.
So what's the point? You're fighting for some money that you're never going to get anyway, so who cares? And then they were talking about infrastructure, saying, we had to build infrastructure. I'm going, well, that'd be good for your city, though. You're going to need the infrastructure anyways. And you think about what they could have had with it. That was the farmer's market. So you had the United Stadium here. Then you had Target Center here and Target Field here. You had a nice little metroplex of stadiums in downtown Minneapolis. Yep. I don't know how many other major metropolitan areas can say that. They have a nice little area of stadiums in their downtown.
I mean...
I can't think of any.
Philadelphia.
You're right. Philadelphia might.
Atlanta's like that. Well, Lincoln...
Atlanta, yeah, but Atlanta they play right now at, are they building a soccer stadium?
No, they're not.
No. So they play at the...
Yeah.
So they, yes, of course, they have SunTrust Field and then the Mercedes.
Yeah.
Right next to each
other. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, you look at New York's...
That's all in boroughs, so that's all...
They're all the boroughs.
Mm-hmm.
And, Red Bull's not even in New York, it's in
New
Jersey.
KC, that's out of the city. And KC actually had a start to something like that. If they had built a soccer stadium over where Kaufman and Arrowhead are at, they could have had something really great over there, too.
Right.
But that's not downtown. That's out of the city.
Yeah.
This would have been in the middle of Minneapolis, downtown Minneapolis.
Yeah, you're right. I can't think of
anybody else.
Seattle is pretty cool. They have their baseball
and
Seattle football
right
next to each other, and that's downtown.
And then, soccer, of course, plays at the football stadium. Right.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's true. Seattle is a good example.
What about Colorado? Their soccer
they're
stadium
outside,
yeah.
Mile High Stadium, or whatever they're calling it now, is downtown. To
get my point, though, Minneapolis could have had a nice trifecta there, those three. And then, of course, you've got U.S. Bank Stadium down the street.
Right.
So you got all of them right there. But then St. Paul jumped in and said, hey,
You know what? Denver is a really good example.
Okay.
Because outside of the Rapids,
okay,
Mile High, Coors, and the Pepsi Center are all right.
The Pepsi's where they play. Is it
hockey?
Hockey.
Yeah.
Okay. Where's the basketball stadium? Then? Is that a little farther off?
Is that the same?
I think they play the same, don't they?
Might be.
They play hockey and basketball there.
I guess I don't know.
They probably do. But Minneapolis could have had a great thing.
Yeah.
They decided they're not going to do it. Now St. Paul has jumped in, and St. Paul is going to reap the benefits of this.
Oh, they will.
But the funny thing is, Minneapolis is still going to make money on this whole deal.
Oh, yeah.
Because people are going to park in downtown Minneapolis and take the light rail over. That's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and as I mentioned, it's like the Houston game.
Mm-hmm.
I paid $5 to park in Ramp A.
Mm-hmm.
It took me 20 minutes to get to Target Field, or TCF
Bank.
And, I could have stopped at Kieran's and gotten a drink beforehand.
You could have stopped anywhere.
Yeah, and on the way back, I could have stopped at half a dozen different restaurants or bars.
Or strip clubs. You could have stopped there.
Yeah, you could have. I think Minneapolis is going to see benefit. Not as much as St. Paul.
Not much as they could have. Yeah.
But, I think the people who get smart on how to get to the stadium.
Which, like I said, they'll be parking ramps A, B, and C, and they'll be light railing it over there because I don't know where there's going to be parking in St. Paul.
Right.
Now, the River Center ramp on the news, they had some concrete fall off. And it's like, we got this soccer stadium opening up in half a year, in a year, and now we got one of our major ramps that's got freaking problems.
Yeah, John was saying how they light railed to, what was that, Dad? Oh, the Twins game.
Twins game, yep.
And they got on at Midway, didn't they?
Somewhere on that green.
Yeah.
And he said it was only 25 minutes.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fantastic.
No, it's great.
25-minute ride from downtown Minneapolis to Midway.
You can go anywhere.
Yeah.
And that's why Minneapolis screwed the pooch.
Yeah. And since we're on that conversation of Allianz, I thought it was interesting how they announced this week that Allianz Field has reached the $250 million mark for cost.
Cost, yeah.
And I remember way back, it was supposed to only be $150 million.
That's right.
And so they've already added $100 million onto the price tag. And the cool thing about it, though, is it looks exactly like their plans previous. And Taylor Twellman's a great guy to follow. He loves Minnesota soccer because, he grew up here.
Apple Valley.
Yeah, and and his dad played for the Kicks, right?
Yeah, he played for the Kicks,
And And so he was here for the the announcement for the Gold Cup, and he made a good point on Twitter about how Dr. McGuire has done a